Good morning, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Brechbill, Stampin' Queen. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in South Central Pennsylvania, but I use my YouTube channel and my Facebook page to interact with demonstrators and stampers all over the country. So I am super happy that you guys are here and joining me today. I am here every single Monday on YouTube with a new video for you guys. So today we are going to start a series. I'm hoping to do this every Monday for the next couple weeks as we gear into the holiday season. And maybe you're looking for some little treat, little favor, little gifty ideas. And so I have a really cute set of stacking boxes ready for you guys today. So we are going to focus on Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper. And it is located in our, in our holiday, July through December holiday mini catalog. So this catalog right here, July through December 2021, you can find the Sweet Stockings Suite, but actually I'm going to focus just on the Designer Series paper, which is adorable, especially if you are an animal lover. And it's really hard to see all the cute little critters that we have going on here because I have just small swatches. So let's go ahead and get started so that you can see how to create these super cute boxes. So of course, as always in my description, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll find some information on how to join my mailing list so that you're alerted every single time I have special offers or exclusive things that are being released. So make sure you join my mailing list, and you can also keep scrolling down and you will see the information on the cards or the projects that I'm creating with dimensions and such like that. So we're going to start off with a piece of Pool Party. It is 8.5 by 8.5, and we need to score. This is the bottom of our box. So we are going to score at 2 inches on all sides. So we're going to do all 4, and this is just a standard box. You can create boxes of any size. Pretty much the trick is use a square piece of cardstock. All right, so we're going to go ahead and score that. So that's our base, and then I'm going to use the DSP for the top, and we're going to score very carefully. I chose this pattern right here, and it is going to be 6.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Now you want to make sure when you're scoring designer paper, I'm using our Simply Scored tool, but you could also use your paper trimmer, absolutely. Just be cautious that you're not pushing too hard because we want an indent in that paper, but we don't want to rip through it. So all 4 sides at 1 inch. Now, since I have my Simply Scored out, I'm going to do all of them. So that's our bottom box. As I said, this is tiered stacking boxes. So our next one is going to be Old Olive. That's our next card base. And it is 7.5 by 7.5. And we are going to score again at 2 inches on all 4 sides. So pretty easy to remember these dimensions. So that's the bottom. Now for the top, I have a piece that is 5.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Again, just being real careful not to tear through that paper. I also choose to use the fatter end of my stylus. So if you have the Simply Scored tool like I'm using, that's the end that I choose. So our next box is going to be our top tier box, and this one is 6.5 by 6.5, and we're again going to score at 2 on all 4 sides. And then it'll be time to put these little boxes together. There we are, and this just makes a teeny little box. So our lid then is going to be 4.5 by 4.5, and I'm going to score again at 1 on all 4 sides. So we finally see some of the animals in this pattern here, and I love, my favorite animal is the old grumpy cat right there. He looks like he just got a bath. All right, so there we are for our scoring. So let's go ahead and do our box assembly. So we'll start back here with the pool party, and your bone folder is key when you are working with 3D items. We're just going to really make those score lines nice and crisp, because then we're breaking down some of the cardstock or some of the fibers in the cardstock so that the box starts to go. See how it's already starting to bend? Oh, I have a lot of shadow today. So sorry about that. Maybe I can help this a little bit. No, that made it even worse. Anyway, so sorry that you're getting a lot of shadow this morning. I say this morning. I don't know when you might be watching this video, but I make them in the mornings. So now I'm just gonna free up these bases here, and I'm just cutting right up to that score line on opposite sides. Okay, so now you can see that it's just gonna fold in like this, and that's going to create our box base. Now what I do like to do is just kind of go in here and just cut a little bit off of these flaps. It just helps the box go together without being quite so bulky. And the fact no one will see really the insides. So it doesn't matter if these are exact. Just do a little, what we call mitering, is kind of just cutting a little bit off of those flaps. Now the next thing you want to do when you're doing 3D items is be sure that you have a nice strong adhesive. I don't use my Stampin' Seal for these. I like to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. Tear and tape would work well, green glue would work well, but you want something that is nice and sturdy so that your boxes don't start to fall apart. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on these flaps, and you'll see how our box starts to come together. Pretty easy. So you could make many of the same size. These are stacking, like I said, which would make a super cute presentation for your gift giving this year. All right, so we're just gonna bring these in and come edge to edge. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna actually do the same exact thing on the outside edges too. It just really does help go together a little bit smoother. Did I get them all? No, this one needs a little help here. There we go. Now let's try again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so you'll see this is a pretty decent sized box that would hold a good present inside there. So let's go ahead and do its top. And its top is these Christmas lights. Now, sometimes with designer paper, and because you did a score line pretty lightly, it's hard to see. It's hard for me to see because I've got all this shadow in here this morning, but you get the gist. We're doing the exact same thing. Now, it might be easier to see on the other side. It all just depends, you know, what the pattern is, but you're just going to cut right up to that score line on opposite sides. Easier said than done, right guys? Especially if you're a bifocal babe. Sometimes those bifocals work against us. There we are. Now you could do the exact same thing. That one did not quite go up to that line, I don't think. By just snipping these edges. just to make them a little bit smaller, just notching out those flaps there. And like I said, no one's going to see them on the inside, so it does not matter if they are even or not. Okay. Now, do be careful with your Seal Plus and your designer paper, because it is a very, very strong adhesive, which I love, but it can also, when you push a little too hard, you can actually tear your DSP, and we do not want to do that. Did I get all my sides? I did. Alrighty, so we're just gonna bring these down just like we did with the other box. And the nice thing about using designer paper as your lid, you guys are getting really close-up views of my ugly hands, my old lady hands. They had to work this weekend. Yes, it was the holidays, and so some of our employees were off, and so we did have to work on our farm this weekend. So there we go. There is our bottom box. So now let's do the exact same thing with our next size, and it's pretty much second verse, same as the first, and how we're going to put this box together. Lather, rinse, repeat, you guys. So anyway, luckily our kids were home and they helped us. We got all our calves fed on Thanksgiving Day. For those of you that might be new, my family and I own and operate a dairy farm here in Pennsylvania. That's our job, and I get to do this Stampin' thing for fun. Now, it's been a long time since I've worked on the farm. When my children were home and they were little, I did help feed calves with them. But when they left to college, I said, this is not going to be what I do. I want to stamp instead. And so, but there are times when we try to let our employees have some time off, especially during the holidays. So we stepped in and did some farm chores this weekend. And if you are local to me, you know that Thanksgiving Day was beautiful here. It was warm and sunny and just a beautiful day. And then by Friday, woohoo, the cold came and the wind picked up, and it was just a little bit bitter. So not as fun. But all our babies are snug in their little houses and they have their jackets on, so they are ready for the cold winter. All right, so here we are with our old olive box, doing it the exact same way as we did before. So I hope you guys will subscribe to my channel so that you, and look for the bell. So when you subscribe, look for the bell. The bell will alert you whenever I have new videos released. And I'm gonna try and do something every Monday, like for gift packaging. So this is the first in a series of holiday gift packaging ideas. So let's do the same thing for our lid, for our medium-sized box. This is like a 3 Little Bears, right? We're in the middle here. Then we're gonna get to the box that's just right. All right, let's see if I can see these lines. It's not as easy as it used to be, right? Especially with diagonal stripes. There we go. And I'm gonna snip those flappers again. This is pretty standard on any 3D items that I make. It really does make a difference in helping these items, or helping these, 3D projects go together a little bit better. There we are. So it is the Monday after Thanksgiving, and hopefully you all had an amazing holiday with your friends and family. We had both. Both our kids were able to come home and they cooked the meal this year. I talked about that a little bit on my lives last week. We weren't quite sure how things would go. My son wanted to cook the turkey, and it went well. It was amazing. And my husband was happy because he didn't have to cook. So he cooked the Friday after Thanksgiving because we have Friendsgiving. So our besties, their sons were home from college, and it's so nice that the kids do set time aside to hang out with us, right? They want to see each other too. We are so happy to have them. We take what we get because we know they're busy. They want to see their friends too. All right, there is box number 2. Okay, so see how we're gonna stack here? Now let's do the exact same for our 3rd box, the one that is just right. This is our little bitty box. So it's gonna hold something, I'm gonna say, is this like 2.5 inches maybe? This one. So they are a significant size. So they could hold some good treats in there. But like I said, you can make them any size you want, just go with a square. So if you needed a smaller box, make it a bit smaller. If you need a bigger one, go for a bigger one. And this paper is super cute to use as well. Okay, there we are. Whoops, we missed that edge. Forgot you. All right. So it's hard to believe that December is right around the corner. I've done 0 Christmas shopping yet. So hopefully that's something I can get to do this week, because it's coming quickly. All right, so let's roll those in here. Now this one is going to have a little overlap in there because it's so small. So there we go. There's that box, and now we can do its lid. And then we're gonna decorate it, and it will be ready to fill and give as a gift to someone on your list. Or you could just use this as home decor too, and just maybe have them sitting around as a bit of a decoration. That would work too. So this is cute paper. It's got the little guinea pig, I think, or yeah, is that a guinea pig? And it's got the kitty and puppies and the little mouse all in their stockings. Little golden retriever. No Great Dane though. No Great Dane for me. There we go. He was in the last pack of paper. The Pampered Pets had a Great Dane, and I was so excited. So if you guys are new here, I do have a Great Dane. His name is Breckenridge. He usually is my office assistant. He's in here snoring away when I'm making my videos. But if you follow me on my Facebook or on my Instagram, you will get to see pictures of him. Because we are empty nesters, and so I did decide that I would get a Great Dane puppy in place of a child. And that's been a fun ride. Alrighty. So here comes our lid. Super cute. Oh my goodness. Love it. There we go. So let's get our lid on there. Oops. Come on, you gotta fit that last corner in there. There we go. So there are our 3 boxes. Cute. Now let's do a little decoration here. So I have 2 circles I did with our Layering Circles dies, white and Pool Party. And the sentiment that I am going to use is from the Frosted Gingerbread. So I am going to use Wishing You a Very Merry Christmas, and I'm going to stamp that in Pool Party. And we'll attach those two together. And I can use regular seal for this one. Do a little hole punch in the top here. And I have just a teeny little, one of those teeny little hole punches, and I grabbed some of our twine. Sorry, not our twine, linen thread. Now, ahead of time, I did cut out a little corgi, and he's gonna hang out here right on the edge, just for, that's right out of that same piece of, our same pack of designer paper. So he's just gonna hang out right here. There we go. And then I have the enamel dots from that pack. Or sorry, decorative dots is what they're called. These are some of my favorite dots. I love these. So we're gonna go ahead and just put a couple of those on here and there. So let's do, whoopsie, come back, a yellow and a red, and then how about a green up top? There we go. Always better with bling, right, you guys? All right, so now what we would need to do is take, I have a bit of the, so I'm not sure if I can do this on camera or not, the striped ribbon that goes with this suite. And you might have to just get the gist of this. So I'm gonna stack them on top of each other. Pull up enough, oops, sorry, that's what I figured. I was gonna bump you guys. Pull up some ribbon. And then I want to tie a bow here, and that will hold these. I'm so sorry, I thought I would bump you because it's, I gotta get so tall here. Okay, so let's see if I can, now if you guys are using these as decoration, they do tie a little bit better when they're full, okay? Because right now they're kind of bouncing everywhere because they are just really, really lightweight. If you were using them as just a decoration and not putting anything in them, you could glue them together. So this is where a friend might come in, that they could put their finger right there for you. So let's see how I do with no friend. Hey, not too bad. I do have a twist in my bow though, and I don't like that, but I could always fix it later. Okay, but see how now I have some cutie stacking boxes. So you could give that as a gift to someone, especially an animal lover. Trim off, I'm gonna just notch my edges a little tiny bit here. And then grab that linen thread. Loop that through. I'm going to give myself plenty here. Let's go this way because that's how our little pets go. Just slide this underneath here. And let's see if I can tie myself just a little knot. Oh my gosh, this came out cuter than I'd hoped. I didn't pre-make this one. I was just like, well, let's just wing it on the video and see what happens, and whatever will be, right? All right, now this may be, I'm not sure I did that correctly. Let's try again. I lost my end. Lost my end. There we are. Okay, so there's our little tag hanging down on our super cute 3-tier treat boxes. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you know when my next installment will be for my holiday gift packaging classes. You have a wonderful week, everybody. Thanks so much for dropping by. And you can, I don't have my list here, or my form, but you can always head over to jodybrechbill.stampinup.net for any of your shopping needs. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Have a wonderful week. See you right back here on YouTube next week for Movie Monday.